The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Radyo Agri 90.1 FM management.
Good afternoon to all our listeners on air and online across generations. Welcome to our third episode of For Reals.
Tune in every Wednesday, 4 to 5 p.m. on Radyo Agri 90.1 FM, Kasaganaan para sa Bayan. We are your besties. I am Mai.
And this is Akid. This is the show where Gen Z gets real. No filters, no pretensions, just pure kwentuhan.
From the latest chika to real-life struggles to breaking down what people get wrong about us,
we are here to keep it light, relatable, and of course, for reals. And with that, we posted the slang of the day yesterday, and we will uncover the true meaning and use of that word today.
yeah, so we gathered comments from our audiences yesterday, and even until now, you can comment on that post so we can read how you use that word in a sentence or in a conversation. The link to that post is pinned on the comment section. We will be reading all of it towards the end, kaya makinig lang kayo.
Yes, and also, please check out the pinned link below in the comment section and share your suggestions and stories that you'd like for us to feature here in For Reals.
So before everything else, we would like to greet our Director for Dr. Jonicio G. Alvinia, Deputy Director Sir Joel Vidator, Division Chief Sir Jong Davalos, our utilities, our guards, our drivers, mag-ingat po tayo. And of course, sa mga staff, i-shoutout na rin natin, isa-isahin daw natin sila, ang ating mga kastips.
Kasama natin sa Applied Communication Division. Ayan, nagko-comment sila ngayon. Hello, Ate Jonah, na nag-comment ng first.
Ayan, hi kay Kuya Lloyd, second. Probably magsasurd na dito si Angel.
Si Angel yan.
Si Angel, sino pa bang nandun? Ate Pia, Ate Tin.
Si Carl.
Oo.
Si
Wala si Kuya Dos
Sino pa ba?
Sino pa ba?
Ayan, hindi na natin alala yung mga sa mga ka-office namin.
Oo, syempre lalo kay Ate Ayesa na nakabiyahe ngayon at kay Kuya Do. Syempre ingat kayo at kay CJ, magpagaling ka dyan. Yes.
And
ayan.
also, batiin na rin natin ang mga taga-steeds natin.
Mga taga-steeds. Ay, kay Gian, kay Milet, kay Ate Per, kay Ma'am Bess, kay Ate Rose, kay Kuya Noel, Kuya Ray. Sino pa?
Si Ate
Vanessa.
Si Vanessa.
Sino pa?
Faye at si Coco.
Yes, ang mga taga-radyo. Ayan, pasensya na po kung may nakalim. Si Ayong, saka si Joshua. Ayan.
Yes, okay.
Oo, batiin natin sila.
Now.
Actually, may pinapabati sila. Si Kuya Jebong daw. Hi.
Hi daw, Kuya Jebong from Marife. Yes.
Ayan. So, ayan, kumusta naman? Bakit kasi magkatabi tayo ngayon?
Yes, dahil meron tayong very special guest for today's episode. Pero, mag-recap lang muna tayo kaunti about sa episode natin.
So, last week, ang pag-usapan natin ay about misconceptions ng other generations sa generation natin na Gen Z. So, ano ba yung naalala natin doon?
Parang dinebunk natin yung mga misconceptions nila sa atin.
Na yung tamad daw, mga ganyan. Tapos hindi raw makakommit, ganyan. So, ayan, kung gusto nyo pong marinig ko ano yung mga pinagsasabi namin doon, you can watch it on Facebook and on YouTube po. So, ayan, you can please like our Radyo Agri social media accounts, Facebook and X and Instagram and YouTube at Radyo Agri 90.1 FM, and yung episode replays are now available on our YouTube channel po. And
yes, and you can also reach us through our text hotline at 0962-119-7445.
Ayan.
Okay. At today naman, syempre, ang pag-uusapan natin ay about Gen Z in the workplace. Pero, Bestie Mai, magbasa muna tayo ng para suggested topics sa ating Google Form.
So, ayan, yung mga nakapin nga sa comment section natin, meron kami pinapasagutan ng Google Form and may nag-comment doon. Siya si Sung Jinwoo. Yes. So, ang sinasabi niyang gusto niyang topic ay how boomers and millennials see Gen Z as colleagues. So, Sung Jinwoo, sa solo leveling siya, anime siya, yes. So, halatang natin to, hindi niya kasi dinisclose ko ilang edad siya, pero probably Gen Z. Oo, Gen Z ito.
And yung kanyang suggested topic, masasabi natin ay relevant sa
topic natin today, yes.
Na Gen Z in the workplace. Kaya, at we will be talking about, syempre, yung part ng Gen Z na nag-work na, at sila yung mga 1997 to 2003 babies. They are the oldest members of this generation who are now in their late 20s and early 30s, and according to Zurich Insurance, Gen Z is expected to comprise 27% of the global workforce by the end of 2025 and is projected to rise to 31% by 2035.
Probably millennials pa rin talaga ang top na nasa workplace natin as of now, diba?
And according nga pa sa statistics, nabasa ko lang na parang yung natin nga, yung workforce ngayon, kinokonsist pa rin siya ng different generations. Parang marami pa rin talaga amalgamation.
From boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, yes.
Pero yun nga, by the end of 2025 and by 2035, medyo majority na ng workforce ang
Gen Z.
Magiging Gen Z.
Ayan, yes. Kaya naman kung gusto natin ma-real talk, how are Gen Zs talaga sa work setting? And what better way to know another generation's perspective than hearing from For Real's very first and very special guest, our own millennial supervisor, supervising science research specialist of the Applied Communication Division, Mr. Jet Molek Subaba.
Yay!
Yo, what's up?
Naging Gen Z ka.
Hello sa mga ano ba tawag doon? Listeners natin. Online and on air. And of course, hello, my end. How should I call you? My end. Bestie my end. Bestie Akil.
Welcome, Kuya Jen.
Thank you for having me here.
Yes, we're happy to have you here dahil ang goal po namin dito sa For Reals ay sana magkaroon kami ng conversations about yung different generations nga, yung pertaining sa amin sa Gen Z.
So, kailangan yun ng matanda.
Actually, may nag-comment na, hi Sir Jet, sabi ng ating ka-millennial sa labas na.
Sa mga naunang millennial.
Hi kay Bestie Guys!
Hello, Ate Bats.
Hello, Ate. Okay, so, mag-proceed na tayo, Kuya. Pag-uusapan natin today, yun nga, Gen Z in the workplace. And since ikaw nga ay ang aming millennial supervisor, ang tanong namin ay
gusto ko yung millennial supervisor.
ang tanong namin ay about sa first impressions and expectations mo. When Gen Zs first started joining your team, what were your initial impressions or expectations?
Initially, syempre, kung ano yung napapanood, napapakinggan ko, naririnig ko about Gen Zs, ay initially sinasabi nila, mareklamo yung mga yan. Mga tamad yung mga yan. Yun yung mga, di ba, sinasabi nila. Why? Because meron din sigurong reasons. Because you were born in such a time na everything is almost, tawag dito, automatic. Instant pala. Yung palitamang term, instant, not automatic. It is. Kasi naka-automated lahat. So, instant ang lahat. Tas digital yung native. So, parang, could be na, oo nga naman, what you usually do for hours or for more time, you can actually do it easier today. So, baka ganun. And baka may kliyang patience din nila. Yun, iniisip ko kasi, di ba nga, yun nga, automatic na lahat. When you insert something, when you input something, may lalabas na dyan ngayon. So, baka pagka matagal kang magbigay ng input mo o kaya matagal kang katrabaho, ganyan, baka maging impatient sila sa So, those are mga prejudice ko pagdating sa...
Mareklamo. Parang napag-usapan din natin to last week, no?
Yes, parang nag-uphold nga yung mga misconceptions about sa Gen Z. And Kuya, did you notice any differences right away between Gen Zs and older generations in the workplace naman?
Siguro, maybe it could be yung age, tsaka yung pagiging new
Yes.
sa workplace. So, age in terms of, kasi nga, while in the workplace, the younger you are, the more yung pakitang gilas mo, ganyan.
Parang sobrang sipag.
Yeah, so,
May pinapatunayan.
pero I think it will die down in the first year, after the first year. So after the first year, doon ko na makakompare na yung Gen Z sa millennial. I think I could speak of for myself na dito sa ECD, specific sa workplace natin. I think yung difference nila ay when you give a task to a Gen Z, ano siya parang gusto niya talagang may patunayan. Ganun. Ito pong dalawang to, ganun sila. Ibig sabihin no, that's a positive note. Ang positive na ibig sabihin nun is maasahan. I mean, hindi mo na siya, yung kumbaga dun sa hinahanap natin sa mga job requirements, sinasabi dun na can work with minimal supervision. I think that best explains kung anong klase yung mga Gen Z when it comes to work. So they really deliver. Parang ganun.
So I think, may nag-comment din. Ayan, sabi nga ni Ate Baz, I think mas mahihiyain ng millennials pag first day sa workplace, mas confident in a good way ang mga Gen Zs.
Yeah.
So,
napansin mo ba yun, Kuya?
Yes, so confident. They are very confident. Hindi sila mahirap ilapat dun sa, mag-adapt dun sa environment. Ang bilis nila kasi, paano ba? Siguro, when you start speaking the language of the millennials, because what they know is yung mga trend eh. Yung paggamit ng mga Forda, Me, di ba? Bestie, Mars, no? So pagka naggamitan na sila ng ganun, ng mga terms, parang iwan mo lang sila sandali, close
okay
sila.
na, yes.
Oo. Medyo kami, nung first time ko talaga sa Filmic noon, talagang took me time to talk.
Like that.
Yeah, I think a year pa nga eh. We had this planning conference sa division namin. So parang nag-note sa akin yung mga supervisors. I think you have a potential, but try to talk. Try to speak out.
Yeah.
So it took me a while pa talaga. Pero kayo, yung Gen Z,
talaga, bigyan
ang sarap katrabaho kasi din ng gano'n. So, siguro that's something na hindi ako eh. So I'm really looking for something like that, someone like that. So yeah.
Ayan, sabi ulit ni Ate Baz, agree po sa sense of initiative, yung confidence nila, they never hesitate na mag-extend ng help or even share their POVs. Ayan.
Invite kaya natin siya dito.
Ayan. So, susunod naman, Kuya, how would you describe the work ethic of your Gen Z teammates compared to millennials or Gen X?
Yung work ethics nila. Ano sila eh, mukha lang sila na napaka-chill, but this is my observation sa inyo, kayo ang mga Gen Z. By the way, sa mga listeners natin, yung Gen Z sa amin, siguro they comprise mga nasa 75 or 80% ng team natin. Oo, mga Gen Z na talaga lahat. So, yeah, yung mga chill lang sila. Mga chill lang kayo. Pero, kapag hinanap mo na sa time na kailangan mo, most of the time, gano'n nangyayari. Nagde-deliver naman.
They show up naman.
Oo.
Parang pag may requirements.
Tsaka, because of resources, because of the available resources, tsaka yung kanilang creativity, parang masusurprise ka na, nagawa mo to? Parang ganun eh. Hindi naman sa nagdududa ka, pero you are surprised at a certain amount of time, they can deliver. So, hindi sila yung masyadong flashy na makikita mo tumatakbo dyan, na mukhang pagod, busy, hindi makausap, seryoso. Hindi ko maalala kailan yung huling seryoso tayo sa office, pero I think that's a positive vibe para sa akin.
Pero chill lang talaga. But gagawa pa rin naman yung work, diba?
Yun naman din ang
Exactly.
Kuya, ikaw, sa'yo, hardworking ba ang mga Gen Zs na staff mo?
I think hardworking is an underrated
Oh.
term. They are ano ba tawag sa ganun? Smart. They work smart. Smarter.
Not hard.
Not harder.
Yeah.
Work smarter.
So ganun ko makita yung mga Gen Z. Kasi parang, alam mo yun, parang pag inisip mo kasi, kunyari, the older generation, that will include me, sometimes, joke lang. So, the older generation, isipin nila, ano ba naman yan, yung task ganito. But when you team up with the Gen Z, with Gen Zers or Gen Zs, parang makikita na agad nila, kuya, parang pwedeng ganito. May nakita ko ganito yung ginawa. So, because of the, di ba, very open sa, well-informed Alam nila yung mga resources and all. So, parang andali. It's more of possibilities. Their mouth speaks of possibilities than the limitations. Then, kaya sabihin na, parang
hindi ko kaya.
Parang nagpo-provide nga ng fresher perspective yung Gen Z's
ideas
sa world.
Kasi they are exposed to the world, di ba? Yung mga best practices of the world, na kahit pwede nilang ma-access on there, di ba?
Parang let's try this and that hanggat hindi nag-work. Try again. Parang ganun ko. So, next question naman, Kuya. How do Gen Zs handle feedback and instructions in your experience?
Paano nga ba?
Wala namang violent so far.
Wala violent naman.
Wala namang violent na feedback. Wala ring pagdadabog and all. But they need to know why. Parang for me, that's how I see it. You will say na parang, ito, palitan mo ito. But you need to tell them why. Because through those, I think they yearn for mentoring Those are parang bits of mentoring for them. Na hindi mo pwedeng sabihin lang na hindi. You have to tell them why. Para they know why.
Bakit mo ginawa to? Hindi pwedeng basta mo na lang, ay pangit. Bakit pangit? Ano yung, alin dyan yung pangit, alin dyan yung hindi maganda, alin yung papalitan. Parang gano'n. Specific. Gano'n ba?
And once you tell them, tama. Once you tell them na gano'n, I think, most of the time, more than what you expected, yun naman yung kaya nilang i-deliver. Basta klaro talaga. And for us, sa mga nakakatanda, nakatulad ko, millennial, X and boomers, kung meron pang boomers, pero sa tingin ko halos almost
paretire na sila.
Mahalaga na to really guide them, to really tell them kung bakit ganito at bakit ganyan. Kasi i-frame na nila yan sa isip nila And from there, they can create even better.
Parang natatandaan na nila, Kuya, yung mga sinasabi mo na, ito, hindi to maganda dito, ganyan. Tapos hindi na nila siya uulitin.
Specifically kayo, kayong dalawang, gano'n kayo. Parang sabi mo to dati. So, kaya ito yung naisip namin. So, parang it gives me ease and ease of doing business. Ease of doing things. Kasi parang, okay.
Hindi mo na
I don't need to repeat it.
Yung tinitake ng Gen Z's, Kuya, yung criticism mo, not as parang yung insult
negative,
something negative, but as a way to
constructive.
improve, parang yung sa work, yung mga
to improve, to learn, ganyan.
Yun naman ang goal.
So, good sila sa instruction, generally.
Okay. Tapos sabi nga ni Ate Badet, Gen Zs are indeed ray of sunshine sa office kasi yung energy and humor nila. Nalalighten up nila ang office. They are also willing to adjust even sa generational differences. Grabe yung differences, haha.
Nag-agree ka pa doon, Kuya, yung energy and humor talaga.
Yes, of course. Wala talagang day. Walang day na, kahit may time na mag-decide ako siguro, balik ako sa silent era ko talaga for today.
Kahit i-promise mo na hindi seryoso ako, mag-work ka ng serious today, hindi talaga pwede.
May mga Gen Z pa nga na lumilipat ng cubicle, yung katabi mo, yung Gen Z. Grabe yan. Itago na sa pangalan, John.
Talaga. Nangangapit bahay
masisira
to.
yung plan mong mag-silent talaga.
Never a dull moment.
Anong tatahimik? Sabi, hindi ako tatahimik today.
Yes, tama.
Yan. At next naman natin, Kuya, yung strengths and challenges naman pagdating sa pag-handle ng Gen Z sa workplace.
Okay, sige.
What do you think are the biggest strengths Gen Zs bring to the workplace?
I think they're creative minds. It really, at saka yung resourceful, yung pagiging resourceful. Resourceful in a sense na, kami kasi when you say resourceful, mga indigenous materials yung naisip ko, ganyan.
Parang
to make things work,
books,
diba?
libraries, ganyan ko yan.
Pero when you say resourceful in this time, specifically with the Gen Zs, they know a lot of, it could be websites that can help the work easier. parang lagi nilang iniisip na how can we uh, produce the same results and an easier way. So, ang laking bagay nun for us. I mean, na kayo, na maka-work namin yung mga katulad na ninyo na ganun. So, I think that's something na strength. And also, yung yung positive na outlook, I think, isa yun. At saka, sabihin ko na ba dito yung work-life balance? Kasi that's something na I'm learning. Maganda rin. I mean, makikita mo yung balance eh. No? Parang, not all the time. Kuya, hindi naman parang minsan na, hindi naman kailangan laging seryoso, ganyan. So, I think yun yung mga strength nila. Sabi ni Ate Bads kanina, nalalighten yung environment, yung mood, ganyan. So, ano pa ba? When you invest on this, on the Gen Zs, the working Gen Zs, and really mentor them, gagaan yung work mo because you really need, you will lessen na talaga. Parang ang tao dito, ano ba yun? Magle-lesson ka na dun sa mga ginagawa mo because you can entrust those tasks na dun sa kanila. And that's what I'm enjoying right now. No, actually, parang na-realize ko lang din na parang hindi na ako dito kasi sila na. And I think that's the power of, di ba, collaboration, intergenerational collaboration. Because very important talaga yung trust. You really need to trust these people. Ang ganda sa kanila that when you trust these people, the Gen Zs, they will really deliver something that's beyond your expectations. Wow. I hope I'm not repeating my words mula pa kanina, pero it's really from experience.
Tapos, bali nga, yun nga din ang for us Gen Zs, kuya, syempre gusto lang din naman namin na yung parang other generations like yours.
May tiwala.
May tiwala sa amin. And yun nga yung collaborative experience na hindi nga naman pag-aaway or parang using your difference in generation na para pang power trip, yung mga ganun bagay.
Meron kasing generational war na they think that we are better than your generation.
Just because we lived through this, ganito kami dati, yung mga ganung bagay ba?
Yeah, that's something that we really need to address. Sa mga nakakatanda, hindi naman necessarily dapat pagdaanan nila
yung pinagdaanan
natin. Yes. If things are better now with the internet, with the whatever resources that we have right now, then let them use it. Hindi mo na sila para saan to go through kasi sabihin nila kaya impatient sa mga yan.
Kasi ganito, meron na silang ganito, ganyan.
Oo nga.
Kasi sabihin naman nila sa'yo kaya hindi ka naman nagpo-progress kasi ayaw mong embrace yung mga bagong bagay. So, we really need to respect yung kaya nila kasi ano kaya mo. And more of point of sharing talaga, not competition. Complementing, not competition.
Yes, that's true. And syempre, may strengths nga yung Gen Zs. At the same time, meron ding challenges. Kaya on the flip side, what challenges have you faced managing or working with Gen Z employees?
Challenge is, you cannot expect them to be serious all the time. So, but that's something na exciting. Kasi for a supervisor, for example, kunyari, ini-imagine mo na, papamiting ka, ganito, seryoso, etc. Pero makita mo yung mga staff mo, napaka-cool nila, so hindi ka na rin baka seryoso na rin. So challenge talaga is to really understand them. And to really somehow blend with these people. It's a challenge for the older generation. As much as we want to really blend in all of your language, in all of your, talaga siya, it will really take time. A lot of
patience.
You really have to, patience and ibaba mo talaga yung sarili mo. You should not think na you are better than this generation. The moment you lay down yourself and you understand these people, siguro that's when you will overcome the challenge, yung parang difference. Kasi, ang hirap talaga eh. Parang, kung millennial, parang alam na ang pinagdaanan nating dalawa. Alam mo kung ano yung mga TV shows natin na So pag may mga ideas ako ganito, alam mo na pinatutungan ko ganitong klaseng mga ideas. Kasi growing up, alam natin to. Pero for a millennial, lalokoyin ako lagi ni Akin na, anong year po yun? So medyo mahirap siya. So yun yung challenge. And yeah, yung point of view, para makapasok ka sa point of view nila, you really have to listen. Yun yung malaking challenge. Because if you're going to do all the talking sa mga Gen Zs, sila most of the time, ang likely na yung attention span. So, yun talaga. And challenge, pero blessing in the end, if you can build good relationship with these people.
Kasi worth it naman kung masasabi mo ba worth it?
Yes, of course. Oo, of course. So, yun yung malaking challenge pagka supervisor ka, yung mga Gen Z and you're an older generation. Kailangan mo talaga to, hindi yung how to make them obey me, but how can I build a relationship with these people? Because I think lang meron silang warmth this generation. Merong emotional dapat workout pagdating dito. You really need to work that out, yung relationship with them. Yeah. Baka may tanong mamaya naman. Pero gusto ko lang i-establish na mahalaga yung relationship when it comes to dealing with the Gen Zs, the younger generation.
Pero feeling ko naman blessing din sa atin na Gen Z na may boss tayo na parang very open-minded siya makipag-work sa Gen Z, sa bagong generations na hindi talaga nagpa-power trip, no?
Oo, and yung tingin mo sa amin, hindi as parang subordinates, as equals. Kasi nga syempre nasa workplace tayo. At ang goal lang naman natin ay syempre para sa farmers. Diba?
As someone new rin kasi talaga sa workplace, parang ang gaan niya sa pakiramdam na may ka-work ka na hindi ka tinuturing na, ay, hindi naman marunong gumawa to ng ganito, parang ganito. Yung may tiwala siya sa'yo, kahit hindi mo napapakita talaga yung kaya mong gawin, parang ganun.
And parang the fact pa na magkaiba kayo ng generation, parang nakakatuwa lang din na alam mo yon, parang may kamarado sa generations niyo.
Parang kahit millennial or Gen Z ka, parang wala siyang difference. Ano pa rin, pag si Kuya nga, di ba, parang Gen Z pa rin tayo mag-usap kahit siya yung kausap natin. So parang
happy birthday.
Alam na niyo yung mga slang natin.
Kanina nag-islang siya
Kasi parang dito, kasama siya sa things na you need to really work out. You have to, one way to really get into a generation is to speak the language and then feel what they feel. So you really have to put yourself into their shoes. Kasi if not, ka lang, parang, alam mo yung umaalingaw ka lang. I mean, hindi ka
nag-e-echo.
Parang
it's really through the heart. You have to pierce through the heart and then everything follows, I think.
Kaya magaan ka work si Kuya.
Pero in fairness, naman kayong mga Gen Z? Kayo yung version ng Gen Z na, mabait naman. I mean, hindi naman masama yung Gen Z, pero, I mean, andali nyo namang makarelate. Maybe meron tayong mutual respect, tsaka mutual humility.
Doon talaga nagsisimula sa yung lahat, Kuya, no? Respeto lang din talaga.
Of course.
Whatever.
Respeto sa lahat ng generations sa mga kasalamuhan natin, di ba? Kasi respect begets respect.
Yes. Kahit nga sa tax, kailangan may respect ka sa tax ng mamamayan.
Yes.
Diba? Para hindi mo nagagastos.
Para hindi natin kinuha. Yes. So, ayan, Kuya, next question naman is about workplace culture and relationships. Ito na yung nabanggit mo kanina.
Okay.
What's it like managing Gen Zs compared to managing millennials?
Hello sa mga millennial.
So, sabi mo nga, Kuya, kanina, di ba? Almost 70 to 80% of the team consists of Gen Zs na. So, how is it like ba?
Siguro, ang challenge is more of, but we love our millennial teammates.
Of course.
More of the challenge is on yung ka-generation mo Kasi it's really, yung familiarity, diba, na parang, halos magka-edad lang tayo So, why are you, parang, why are you parang bossing over me, parang ganyan, or leading me? Somehow may ganun, no?
May clash,
Medyo mahirap. But it really, and again, it really takes humility and respect. For me, ang naging ko lang dito sa pagmamanage ng mahalagang natutunan ko dito is yung difference between mentoring and manipulating. Parang gano'n. Yung isang natutunan ko talaga sa inyo na meron siyang, hindi ko alam kung hairline na difference yung mentoring and manipulating. Kasi if you're going to manipulate them, syempre, dyan na pumapasok yung mga conversations na, or yung mga lines na ako nga, dinanas ko yun eh. Tapos kayo, ang dali-dali yung, kunyari, ako nga talaga kunyari ako, this is for real. Kunyari, halos 10 years akong na COS bago ma-promote. So, dapat kayo din, no? Medyo may ganun eh. No? Parang, bakit? Pag tinanong mo siya, bakit kailangan na ganun? Kasi part siya ng proseso, ganun. But in a sense, it's more of manipulating them na. No, why don't you allow them, di ba? Eh kung ito na yung time niyang ma-promote, di ba? Oh, and a lot more, no? And then, by saying mentoring over manipulating, actually, napansin ko sa mga Gen Z, kailangan nila talaga, number one, talaga yung trust. If you trust them enough, and then give them, halimbawa, a small task, so, nagawa nila yun, bigyan mo sila ulit ng bigger task until you allow them to manage. Katulad kayo, you're managing your own projects. I mean, you're implementing your own projects. If you give them the freedom is the key. Trust and freedom. You trust them enough na, kaya mo yan. I know kaya mo yan. Kung magkakamali ka, madadapa ka, okay lang yan. Assurance din, mahalaga yun.
Yes.
And then after that, freedom na. Bigyan mo siya ng freedom. Allow him or her to think paano niya gustong patakbuhin ito. As long as, syempre, walang winawaldas na tax ng bayan, okay? Pero, if it's more on the creatives, katulad sa atin, sa communication, just trust them to, implement it the way they want it, the way they see it. Because it gives them self-fulfillment. I think lang I think yun napapansin ko
Yes.
Pagka nagawa niya rin, pinagkatiwala to. Ikaw, AC10, yung sa process documentation, yung ginagawa ni Akin. Tapos
Sorry.
laking horror na. Tapos si Maymay naman ay sa mga technical,
Yes.
ng mga publications natin. So, kapag nagagawa nila, tapos nagre-report sila sa akin, ito na yung nagawa nila for the semester halimbawa. Maliban sa napaproud ako sa kanila, I'm sure sila din, napaproud din sila sa sarili nila.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's how you do it. You just open your palm and then just let them, diba, play in the playground of the work of the office. But of course, don't get me wrong, hindi naman ko ginagawang hinahayaang maglaro lang. Paglaruan lang ang workplace. So,
Nag-check naman.
meron tayong mga certain values that merong mga lines between that na we do not cross naman. So, mahalaga yun. So, mahalaga talaga when you're managing mga Gen Zs, yung values, kailangan clear yun sa kanila. Tsaka yung trust mo, you really have to, na I trust you on this, ikaw na dito. Alam ko kaya mo to, ikaw na dito. Kasi pagka parang gawin mo to, parang medyo mabigla lang sila, akala nila pinaparusahan mo sila. So you really have to say the word. Sa mga supervisors, you really have to say the word, I trust you on this.
Kuya, may nag-hi pala sa'yo.
Hello. Hi,
Hello, Tita Angela.
Angela Lea.
Si Ate Angela yun. Ako, kabatch ko yan.
Batche.
Batche ka pala.
15 years na kami dito.
Parang kayong millennials.
Oo.
Yes.
Naku, in-action na yan. No? Meron na rin siya sa supervisor.
Ate Angela, manda ka na. Ready ka na ng event mo dyan.
Nag-hi Tito Jap kasi. Ayan, Kuya. So, ayan na, narinig natin yung point of view ni Kuya kung paano ba niya minamanage yung mga Gen Z sa workplace. So ngayon naman, how do Gen Z's employees influence team culture, Kuya?
Yeah, yung pwede na siguro team culture and the environment.
Oh yeah, sa feeling ko.
Actually, generally, lang kami talaga because of the Gen Z's, loud. I can prove that. Before talaga, pagpasok mo, tahimik kami. Ako nga lang yata yung medyo maingay nun eh. Pagka hello, gagano lang ako para magugulo. Tapos sabi, ito na naman to. Pagka nagloloko-lokohan lang kami, ayun na naman to. Tapos mamaya tahimik na naman siya. Ganun kami, as in, o kaya meron kaming kasama nun, si Ate Mods. Siya kakanta-kanta siya, ganyan. So, but generally, kami talaga yung nakatuon lang kami sa mga computer namin. No? Pag may time kami na magkikentuhan, pero ngayon kasi parang chill the whole day. I mean, chill, pero you are producing
Parang while working, kwentuhan, gano'n.
Kaya naman, di ba?
Oo.
I think nga, pwede akong mas matanda ngayon ang itsura ko if I was not working with the Gen Zs. I think, Kasi, yeah, I think kasi...
Nakakabatang tumawa ng tumawa.
Oo, parang wala talagang day na hindi, di ba, kung ano man yung trend, kung ano man yung, kunyari, kung ano man, basta lahat ng bagay na napag-uusapan natin. And I think that's a healthy, because of the Gen Zs, I also put in mind, because my sister is also a Gen Z, si Gian. Hi, Gian. So,
Hi,
mahalaga
Gian.
for her yung mental health. No? So, that's something na I think, I don't know correct me if I'm wrong, kayo mga Gen Z. Pero, ang nakikita ko kasi ay mahalaga yung environment for their mental health. If it's a safe environment, they can stay. If it's not a safe environment for them, they will really live despite may promotion man, may ano man.
Despite the salary.
So,
Actually, napag-usapan natin to last time, no? Parang, kahit sobrang taas ng sahod mo, kuya, pag hindi ka okay, out. Ganun. Ang ganun siya, siguro sa Gen Z, ganun siya kadali. Kasi, ganun ka-importante yung mental health for the Gen Zs, especially, generally speaking, yes.
Yun, so, I think, yun yung kaya nabubuo din yung culture sa office na just do it, let's just do our work lightly, but with a lot of outputs. No? So, if you can do it na mas madali, do it that way. Kahit not my way, kahit hindi yung paraan ko. Kaya yung nagiging culture natin is, you really do it your way. Hindi yung uupo ako sa tabi mo, mag-layout tayong dalawa.
Bantayan tayo.
Micromanaging. So, wala na siya eh. Kasi hindi na siya match dun sa generation ngayon eh. Because a Gen Z, when you top a Gen Z in the workplace, actually, katulad ng millennial, they can do a lot of job. They can do a lot of work in a job. Parang ganyan. So, ganun. Kaya kung marami sila, then ibig sabihin, you really can take it easy. Pero professional pa rin. Ganun siguro yung team culture natin. Yes, so.
Happy lang. Parang siguro pag may papasok na iba doon, ay, ba't tawa sila ng tawa? May natatapos ba? Actually, kuya, ikaw ang proof na meron naman.
Meron. Tsaka yung mahalaga pa, yung mga we celebrate with each other.
Yes.
I mean, aside, di ba? Tsaka yung mga birthday natin, mahalaga yun. Nagsusurpresahan po kami sa lahat ng
hindi na surprise.
Papatay lagi yung ilaw.
Pag may nakita kayo, may dalang cake.
Dalang cake. May pa-TV.
Yung mga simple happiness namin sa office.
Parang i-expect mo na pag birthday mo.
And I think yun yung maganda sa culture natin na yun nga, parang with Gen Zs, yun nga parang gusto natin yung mga simple celebrations, yung mga little things talaga mahalaga
parang
sa atin.
Little wins, ganyan, is still a win. Parang gano'n.
Kahit nga may sakit, parang, get well soon, parang ganun
Tapos pagbalik mo, kuya, welcome back, kuya. So happy you're okay, parang ganyan.
Exactly my experience. Kapabalik ko lang po, nagkasalit po.
Ayan.
Ayun nga, kaugnay nga nun. Ngayon naman, kuya, ang natin ay sa work-life balance and priorities ng Gen Zs.
I love that.
Diba? Sabi nga, Gen Zs are known to prioritize work-life balance. Have you noticed this in your team?
Yes, I have noticed that sa kanilang dalawa. Let's start with that. Let's start with this people. Napapasin ko na, these two people, ang busy namin talaga. We're really busy. We're doing a lot of things. Pero they really have a time for travel, for some leisure in life. Because nung una, parang it will really siguro take years for us to save for a Boracay, for example, or Thailand, o kung saan magpunta. Pero with this, yung mga staff po namin, mga teammates namin na Gen Z, parang pag makikita mo sila na, parang ikaw din, ma-inspire ka din na, kaya, magganito rin kaya ako.
Ba't ako di ako magbakasyon? Parang
So, they really make sure na merong balance. And that is the difference of the Gen Zs among the older generations. Kasi, sorry, pero nabasa ko na sa isang article. Sabi nila, let's blame it to the boomers. Sabi nila, we love you boomers. Hindi ako yung nagsabi nila. Sa article
lang.
According to. Diba, kasi nga, parang they gave us a pattern na yung totoong nagwo-work ay dapat hardworking, doing overtime, namamatay talaga sa trabaho, puyat, ganyan. Oo, yung ganun talaga. And this Gen Z, they really they broke that era. So they are introducing us another era na where you're doing your work. Yes, it's important. Yes, you have commitment to work. But make sure that you're also committed to your health,
of course,
to some leisure, to your family,
to your happiness,
ito your own happiness. Kaya nga pagka iba, may ano po kami, ano ba yung mga hindi weeks monthsary, kanyan, we really allow them, sige absent ka, basta bawas sa saldo yan. Pero at least, na-enjoy niya yung time na yun, o merong birthday sa family, o kaya naman namatayan, or kung ano man. Yun yung magandang nakikita ko na hindi sila all work, and then makikita mo, andyan sila, hindi kami nag-overtime na yun. Wala nag-overtime sa atin, no? We barely do overtime, di ba?
As much as possible.
As much as possible, hindi talaga. Kasi family, ano lang yung sa isang araw, mas konti yung time natin with
8
them.
hours kang nasa office.
Yes. Oy, si Akin, uuwi na. Tsaka ito dalawa. Uuwi na talaga sila agad. But they come on time. Sa morning. Pero sa hapon, uwi talaga sila. Simple things na makikita mo na yung work-life balance is really a priority for them. Because life is short. I mean, we'll never know when will be the last time na uwi tayo na wala na si ganito, si ganyan. So, if you're listening, if there's something we can learn from the Gen Zs, I think that's it. So, hindi na ini-impose sa kanila yun eh. It really comes naturally. If they want to travel, they will really travel. They will really go to concerts. Yan. May mga staff kami ganyan, mga office mates kami na ganyan. They go to concerts. Ano pa yung pinupuntahan nyo? Mga museum, minsan. Hiking! Hiking and all.
Sila.
That is very welcome. And that's, hindi lang siya welcome, but we should learn. They are an open book eh. We have to, di ba, somehow imitate that from them.
That's how Gen Z takes care of themselves na ngayon, kuya.
And that's amazing. That's interesting.
Parang, anong overtime? No. Nagawa ko na yung work ko.
Yung generational differences na yung Gen Zs, iba talaga yung pagpapahalaga nila kasi sa rest and sa mental health. And that manifests din nga sa pag-enjoy nila ng hobbies, pag-spend time with family. And siguro yun nga yung natutunan ng nating Gen Zs from the older generations nga. Na parang
laging nag-overtime, ganyan.
Oo, na there's life outside of work.
Yeah. And personally, that's what I've learned from you guys. Kasi
kaya
ako,
nagpapahinga ka na.
Bago niyo after the pandemic, doon pa lang dumami lahat ng Gen Z sa amin, sa AC, sa team natin. I think nagbago, doon din ako nagbago the way I look at work.
Feeling ko, kuya, kaya din umuwi ako personally ng 5 kasi gusto ko makakain agad, makatulog kasi yun talaga ang priority natin, ang rest. Yung mga nagpupuyat dyan, please, take care of your health. Oo.
Kasasakit ko pa naman.
Oo, di ba? Kaya huwag kang nagpapalit matulog, kuya.
Yes. But also, kuya, we would like to ask, do you think na itong pagpa-prioritize ng work-life balance ng Gen Zs, does it sometimes conflict with workplace demands?
I think doon na papasok yung roles ng mga supervisors. You really have to, meron kasing sumusobra din naman, no? You really have to tawag dito, to guide them. May konting ka doon. Paalala lang naman yun sa part na yun. Make sure lang na wag yung work-life balance na nagiging imbalance na
puro life
na lang.
Na lang enjoying at the expense of your outputs, at the expense of your work. Pero thank God wala namang ganun pa. So I think but I really believe na when you choose rest, nagiging double pa yung kaya mong gawin than you do not rest at all. Diba?
Mas maraming pumapasok sa utak natin.
Para mas kinaganahan ka mag-work kasi well-rested ka.
Kasi yung older generation, I don't know, pero correct me if I'm wrong, yung older generation siguro ang tingin sa rest. May ganun when you rest, you rust, sabi nila. But that's not actually applicable today. Rest is very important. Kaya for them, rest is luxury. But actually, hindi naman dapat. It should be a lifestyle.
Hindi siya dapat, yes.
Yeah.
Parang necessity kasi siya.
It's essential.
So, ayan, kuya.
Gusto ko biglang mawala tayo lahat.
Oo, natapos na tayo sa work-life balance naman. And syempre, ang susunod natin, advice and outlook. Ang first question natin dyan is, what advice would you give to Gen Zs who are just entering the workplace?
Yeah. Anxiety yung una nilang kinakaharap. They fear more than having faith that they can do it. At first, I mean, for those who are starting or looking for a job, life is short. When you actually prioritize your fear over your faith or the positive things, parang mas lalong nakaging kumbaga parang yung mga kinakatakutan natin, most of the things na hindi pa nangyayari, most of the things na ino-overthink natin, nagkakause ng anxiety sa atin, they are not actually real. So, the way to stop it is to really step on what you are planning. Kunyari, if you want to apply for a work, then go for it. Huwag mo na muna siyang i-overthink. Kasi, talaga siya, pag natalo ka ng anxiety, yun naman yung nakikita ko na maaaring magiging weakness ng isang Gen Z. Maybe kahit hindi lang Gen Z, hindi lang sa Gen Z. So, yeah. Another thing, you have to really overcome that by just doing. Instead of thinking, do it na. Kung maganda naman yan, start it na. No, begin. Kunyari sa mga targets mo, do not procrastinate. You do not overthink, do not procrastinate. Do it right away. Para And ano pa ba? Advice ba? Tama
yes,
sa kanila. Isa pa, kahit difficult yung older generation at times.
Understand.
No? Minsan hindi mo sila maintindihan, no? More than understanding is, I always believe that we can learn from any other person, any people, whatever generation pa sila. So, always take that opportunity kahit hard na yung boss, kahit difficult na siya, dahil ini-insist na yung, eto lang ang tama. We can learn from them. So, take your time to learn from these people. Value your time na nandun ka, you are going through a difficult situation, use it for you to grow. Because no one grows in a comfort zone, in a comfortable place.
Yes.
So if it's triggering you, if it's parang medyo nakina-clash yung ideas mo, though it's hard, but what is ego if you can grow naman?
Yes.
Diba? So prioritize growth over ego. Try to value the voices of other people even though they are difficult to follow, ganyan. Mahalaga pa din. You will still learn from them pa rin.
May mga experiences pa rin naman talaga sila na hindi natin alam.
Exactly. Yes. So, yun yung you overcome your fear or whatever anxiety, then you really learn from even the difficult people. So, yun. Kasama na rin dun yung listening to them, ganyan. Para you know what to do and not to do.
Yes.
So, yun. And then, ano ba? Just speak up kung ano yung nasa isip mo, nasa tingin mo will make things better and easier. Speak up. Don't be afraid to speak up.
Ayan, don't be afraid to speak
out
up.
your mind.
Pag sa atin naman, parang nasasabi naman din talaga natin yung views natin, lalo na kay Kuya.
Very open naman din sa...
Yes. So, ayan, looking ahead, Kuya, how do you see Gen Z shaping the workplace in the next 5 to 10 years?
I think that's an exciting question. Thank you. Kasi parang yung question I think whatever I'm experiencing now with you guys, mga Gen Z, that's something na I look forward to seeing sa mga departments and companies across the world. Kasi in ilang years na lang from now, halos sila na kung paano ngayon ang dominant ay in terms of human resource ay yung millennials. By then I think things are easier, more ways to resolve problems will be identified, will be utilized, and yun yung masayang workplace. You can actually feel that you belong, and you can actually call home a second home away from home, diba? So I think babata pa yung mga magiging mga
Oo, yung mga
diba?
susunod na papasok na employees.
At saka yung teamwork ng with the Gen Zs. I mean, di ba? In the next 5 to 10 years pa, more mature na mga Gen Zs, yung utak ng mga nauna sa kanila, nagamit nila to become better. Parang, di ba? I think, I'm very positive, I'm very hopeful na mga game changers to mga to in the next decade.
Game changers. Naglaro.
Ayan, ang dami natin na pag-usapan today about different aspects in the workplace, and it was really nice to converse about these with a representative from a different generation, which in today's episode is a millennial, or also known as the Generation Y.
And thank you very much to Kuya Jet for gracing us with his presence and for sharing his insights here in For Reals. We hope that other generations who are tuned in also learned a lot from this episode.
Yes, thank you, Kuya. At syempre, before po tayo mag-end, Kuya, meron kasi kaming segment yung Slang of the Day.
Okay.
Yes, andito na po tayo sa part ng program where we will reveal the meaning of our Slang of the Day na pinost kahapon. We will be reading the comments kung paano ba ginamit ng ating mga besties ng SOTD natin. Okay.
Ayan. So, ang SOTD po kasi natin kahapon ay low-key.
Ano ba
yes.
yung low-key na yan?
Low-key.
Low-key.
Okay, basahin natin ang comments.
Low-key. Galing kay
Comment.
Coco. Low-key crashing out. Actually, yung crashing out, it's Gen Z din to
Yes, another Gen Z
low-key crashing out. Parang,
ano na lang natin yan?
sige.
I-include na.
Mamaya.
Slang
Crashing
of the day.
out. Sige.
Next is, kay John Lloyd Mina, Low-Key by Nikki po. Ay, alam ko yan. Gusto ko yung song na
Actually, sige, patugtugin natin yan after nito.
Next!
Galing kay Kuya, nag-guest natin today. Sabi,
Low-key tractor.
Low-key tractor.
Wow!
Talagang sumasabay sa uso ang Kuya, no?
Okay, next from Manifest.
Wow, hindi nila, ako yan.
I love low-key friendships.
Low-key
Low-key friendships. Ito yung
Hindi
mga...
masyadong, alam na friends. Quiet.
Secret.
Hindi, feeling ko yung low-key friendships ay, ito yung mga hindi masyadong kailangan ng maintenance. Hindi mo kailangan masyadong...
okay.
Yes, oo. Hindi mo sila kailangan laging kausapin or...
Low-key ang meeting.
Yes, low-key
Explain
lang.
natin yung feeling natin.
Yes.
Oo, nasabi ko.
Sorry.
Okay, next.
Si Faden naman, ayan sabi, low-key lang kami. Nino.
Ay, sino yan?
Kuya, i-reveal.
So guys, i-announce ko na yung kalokot.
Yung ka-Loki ni Faydan. Next, I'm from Kuya Noel. Si Loki. Literal na Loki Odin son.
Oo. Ay, kapatid siya ni Thor.
Kapatid ni Thor.
Oo. Ampon daw si Loki.
Iba na yun.
Ako sa tuhod ni Mia.
Ayan. So, yun yung mga nag-comment sa atin. Kung sa susunod po na linggo, magpo-post ulit kami and mag-comment po kayo kung paano nyo ba gamitin yung susunod natin na gagamiting SOTD.
Yes.
Ayan, so ito na nga, i-reveal na natin kung ano ba ang totoong meaning ng low-key. At ayan, ang old or traditional meaning po ng low-key ay from the 80s, 1800s actually, 1800s, not the 80s. So, low-key was used to describe something that is quiet, restrained, modest, not intense or understated. It comes from photography and music terminology where low-key referred to reduced lighting or subdued tones. Ayan.
Galing siya sa photography.
Photography pala nung
music.
low-key na to.
Hindi yung low-key.
Low-key lang.
Yes, and ang current and Gen Z meaning naman ng low-key, among Gen Z, low-key is slang for secretly, quietly, subtly, or kind of. It's often used when you want to express something without being too obvious, or when you admit to a feeling but don't want to exaggerate it. Also used as an adjective for quiet and not attracting a lot of attention or excitement.
Ayan. So, examples naman natin dyan. I low-key want to quit this job, but I don't know if it's the right time.
Low-key.
Yan low-key lang. Parang
Secretly.
gusto ko, siguro gusto pero hindi masyado, parang ganon. Ayan, and next naman, I'm low-key nervous about the presentation tomorrow. Ayan, ganon nga, yung parang konti lang. It's just a bit na nervousness.
Yes.
And next naman is, let's keep this relationship low-key. Ito na yung secretly.
Ibang
Yes.
usapan na yan.
Yung low-key relationship.
Sinong gusto na low-key?
Oo.
May kakilala ko.
Parang, no.
Okay.
Hindi tayo mag-name drop today.
Okay. And to add, meron din kasing opposite yung low-key. Ito naman yung high-key. Siyempre.
Totoo nga.
Yes, may high-key tayo.
Ang ibig sabihin ng high-key ay openly, obviously, loudly, or with intensity. It removes the subtlety na para bang walang tinatago. Okay, yes. At ang examples niyan, I high-key want to go on a vacation right now.
Parang yung
Yes.
intentions, open, very
Oo,
open.
parang high-key, gustong-gusto mo talaga. Next, I'm high-key craving pizza. I might order 2 boxes. So for go for
intense,
craving.
ganyan.
Yan. And that meeting was high-key a disaster. Parang openly
Openly,
a
oo.
disaster.
Parang obvious sa lahat na disaster siya.
Oo. Kaya yun po ang meaning ng low-key and high-key. And sana gamitin nyo sa mga captions nyo. Sa
Ayan,
social
kuya,
media.
ikaw.
Yes.
Low-key.
mo yan.
I high-key love this.
Ay!
Interview.
Okay. So, ayan, sige. Thank you for listening and tuning in for today's episode. We hope na nakarelate kayo. Tell us your thoughts about today's topic by filling out our Google form. Nakapin lang siya dyan sa my comment section. Gusto namin marinig ang stories nyo. Until the next one, this has been your bestie. I am Mai.
Yes, and this has been Akin and also Kuya Jet. Yes.
Yay.
You were tuned in to 4 Reels, where Gen Z gets real. See you again next Wednesday, only here on Radio Agri 90.1 FM.
Kasaganaan para sa bayan. Bye!